So, you're thinking of retiring in Arizona? Sunshine, golf courses, and a never-ending supply of cactus-themed decor? What's not to love? Well, turns out quite a bit. Sure, Arizona has some great spots to spend your golden years, but not every city is a retiree's paradise. Some places come with scorching heat, sky-high crime rates, or enough boredom to make you consider getting a job again just for the entertainment. Maybe you're picturing peaceful desert sunsets and friendly neighbors. But in some Arizona towns, the only thing greeting you might be a swarm of scorpions, an HOA that fines you for breathing too loudly, or a hospital that's a little too far away for comfort. Before you pack up the RV and buy a lifetime supply of sunscreen, let's take a look at the Arizona cities that might just make retirement feel like an extreme sport. From towns that are more expensive than they should be, to places where summer feels like you've been exiled to the sun itself. Here are the top 10 worst Arizona cities for retirees. Kicking things off, we have Phoenix, because nothing says relaxing retirement like blistering heat, questionable air quality, and enough traffic to make you reconsider every life decision. Sure, it's a big city with plenty of things to do, but it also comes with all the delightful perks of urban living. Higher crime rates, expensive housing, and the occasional dust storm that makes you wonder if you accidentally moved to Mars. And let's talk about the air. According to the American Lung Association, Phoenix consistently ranks among the top 10 most polluted cities in the U.S. So if your dream retirement involves breathing in something that feels like a mix of car exhaust and desert sand, congratulations, you found your spot. And just when you think the air can't get any worse, in rolls a haboob. Yes, that's the actual name, a massive wall of dust that turns everything into a sepia-toned apocalypse. Oh, and if you were hoping for some peace and quiet, think again. Every winter, Phoenix gets invaded by snowbirds, seasonal retirees escaping colder states, so good luck getting a dinner reservation or a tea time. If you enjoy congestion, scorching summers, and an annual game of is that the sun or a dust storm, then Phoenix might just be your dream retirement destination. Next, we have Scottsdale. Because nothing screams stress-free retirement like paying Beverly Hills prices to live in the middle of a desert. Sure, Scottsdale is gorgeous with fancy resorts, top-notch golf courses, and enough spas to keep you permanently covered in cucumber slices. But unless you're retiring with a small fortune, you might find yourself choosing between a round of golf or affording groceries. Let's talk numbers. According to Redfin, the median home price in Scottsdale is $855,000, which is a polite way of saying, hope you like renting. At that price, you're not just buying a house, you're making a lifelong commitment to HOA fees, overpriced brunch spots, and neighbors who treat their golf carts like Ferraris. And while the city does have plenty of outdoor activities, just remember, you're still in Arizona where summer temperatures can melt flip-flops to the pavement. Sure, hiking sounds great until you realize you've wandered too far from the nearest air-conditioned building and are now negotiating with a cactus for shade. So if you've got deep pockets and love the idea of sipping overpriced lattes while contemplating whether your retirement fund can survive Scottsdale's cost of living, this might just be the place for you. Next, we have Glendale, because who doesn't dream of retiring in a city where your daily schedule revolves around football traffic? Sure, it's close to Phoenix, so you can still enjoy big city entertainment without actually living in the chaos. But don't get too excited. Glendale has plenty of its own chaos to offer. First, let's talk about State Farm Stadium, home of the Arizona Cardinals. On game days, traffic in Glendale transforms into a slow-moving parking lot where your only hope of survival is patience and a full tank of gas. Need to run a quick errand? Not happening. You'll have better luck walking to Phoenix. Oh wait, scratch that. Glendale isn't walkable. So, unless you enjoy risking your life crossing massive intersections, you're going to need a car. And if you're lucky, it'll still be there when you return, because Glendale also has a higher than average crime rate. So if you're looking for a retirement destination where Getting anywhere is a sport in itself. Glendale might be for you. Just make sure your retirement plan includes a really good car insurance policy. Next, we have Tucson, where you can actually afford a house in Arizona, but you'll have to share the city with thousands of college students and migrating retirees. With a median home price of $322,000, Tucson is a budget-friendly option. If you don't mind your peaceful retirement being interrupted by frat parties and winter visitors who drive 15 miles per hour under the speed limit. Speaking of winter, Tucson turns into a bizarre mix of college town chaos and snowbird invasion season. Picture this. Half the population is pulling all-nighters for exams, while the other half is up at 4 a.m. for an early bird special. Want to grab a cup of coffee? Be prepared to wait in line behind both a hungover 20-year-old and a retiree arguing about their senior discount. So, if you're looking for a place where affordable housing comes with a side of student life and seasonal population spikes, Tucson might be worth considering. Just don't be surprised when you find yourself stuck in traffic behind someone who either just got their driver's license or got it 60 years ago. Next, we have Green Valley, a place that sounds like it should be a lush, peaceful paradise, but is actually just as green as the rest of the Arizona desert. If you were hoping for rolling hills and cool breezes, let's just say, adjust your expectations. One of Green Valley's lovely features is its air quality, or lack thereof. Thanks to its proximity to Tucson, the air here occasionally has that freshly smogged scent, with a hint of desert dust for extra seasoning. And if you have allergies or asthma, well, let's just say, your lungs are in for an adventure. Then there's the heat. In the summer, temperatures hover around 100 degrees, which means you'll be spending more time indoors than a house cat. Hope you like air conditioning because your electric bill is about to become your new best friend. And by best friend, I mean the one that takes all your money and never leaves you alone. So if you're looking for a retirement spot where dust, heat, and high AC bills are part of the package, Green Valley might just be the place for you. Just don't expect it to be, green. Next, we have Coolidge, a town with a name that promises cool vibes but delivers scorching heat, dust storms, and the occasional flash flood. If you were hoping for a retirement spot that sounds like a refreshing breeze, surprise! You've landed in one of Arizona's more unpredictable places. On the plus side, Coolidge is actually affordable. With a median home price of $284,000, you can own property without selling a kidney. But before you start packing, let's talk about the trade-offs. For one, Coolidge has a higher than average crime rate, so you might want to budget for a security system, or at least a really intimidating looking garden gnome. Then, there's the weather. One day, you're enjoying the desert sun, and the next, you're either watching a wall of dust barrel towards you or realizing your street has suddenly turned into a river. Flash floods and sandstorms are just part of the Coolidge experience, so if you love surprises, you're in luck. So, if you're looking for an affordable retirement spot with a side of occasional chaos, Coolidge might be the place for you. Just make sure you invest in both sunscreen and a life raft. Next, we have Tempe, where you can enjoy big city amenities, a college town atmosphere, and housing prices that make your wallet cry. With a median home price of $485,000, Tempe is basically saying, sure, you can retire here, if you still feel like working. But let's talk about walkability. In theory, you can stroll around parts of Tempe, if you enjoy melting into the pavement. Summer here isn't just hot, it's why did I step outside hot. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to be a rotisserie chicken, Tempe is happy to provide the experience. And while the city has plenty of entertainment, you'll be sharing it with thousands of college students who have very different ideas of fun. While you're heading to bed at 9 p.m., they're just getting started. So get ready for late-night party noises and questionable life decisions happening right outside your window. So, if you love heat, high home prices, and a nightlife scene that might make you question your retirement choices, Tempe might be the perfect fit. Just don't forget your sunscreen or your patience. Next, we have Snowflake, a town that sounds like it should be a winter wonderland, but in reality gets just as blisteringly hot as the rest of Arizona. If you were expecting cozy cabins and year-round sweater weather, surprise! You'll still be sweating through your t-shirt by noon. With a population of just over 6,500, Snowflake is the definition of small-town living, which is great if you enjoy peace and quiet, but maybe not so great if you like things like, having places to go. The nearest big city is Phoenix, almost 3 hours away, which means a simple Costco run could turn into a full-day road trip. So if you dream of a retirement where your biggest weekend plan is waving to the same 5 neighbors you always see, Snowflake might be perfect. Just don't let the name fool you. You won't be building many snowmen here. Next, we have Sedona, a place so breathtakingly beautiful that even your wallet will be gasping for air. Sure, it's got stunning red rock views, milder temperatures, and a spiritual energy vortex that may or may not align your chakras, but you'll need deep pockets and a strong heart to handle the cost of living here. With a median home price of $1.2 million, Sedona isn't just expensive, it's the kind of expensive that makes you consider selling a kidney on the black market. If you were planning to stretch your retirement savings, Sedona says, that's cute. And while the cooler temperatures might sound like a nice break from Arizona's usual blast furnace heat, don't get too excited. Because while you're enjoying that crisp mountain air, you'll also be sharing the town with an endless flood of tourists. They come for the hiking, the spiritual retreats, and of course, the chance to clog up every road in sight. So if you love peace, nature, and watching your savings disappear faster than a mirage in the desert, Sedona might just be your perfect retirement dream or nightmare. And finally, we have Flagstaff, the place where Arizona swaps blazing deserts for snow-capped mountains and apparently affordable housing for a $670,000 median home price. Yep, if you were hoping to stretch your retirement savings, Flagstaff says, good luck with that. On the bright side, the air is crisp, the scenery is stunning, and you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the views, mostly because you'll be stuck in traffic. Thanks to its status as a year-round tourist magnet, Flagstaff sees more gridlock than a retirement community at an early bird buffet. Whether it's leaf-peeping season, ski season, or just another Tuesday, expect slow-moving cars and confused out-of-towners clogging up the roads. Also, let's talk about the altitude. At nearly 7,000 feet above sea level, Flagstaff might just leave you gasping for air, and not just from the home prices. If you have breathing issues, this might not be your best bet, unless you enjoy playing Where Did I Put My Oxygen Tank? So, before packing up and moving to Flagstaff, maybe visit first and see if both your lungs and your bank account can handle it. And there you have it. Some of the worst places in Arizona to retire. But hey, if you enjoy overpriced houses, traffic jams, or accidentally inhaling an entire dust storm, then by all means go for it. Now, I want to hear from you. Did I miss a city that deserves a spot on this list? Or do you live in one of these places and want to kindly tell me I'm wrong? Drop a comment below. I promise to read them while dodging tumbleweeds. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It's free. Unlike Scottsdale real estate. Subscribe if you haven't already, because let's be honest, you don't want to miss me roasting another city next time. And turn on notifications so YouTube actually remembers to show you my videos. Alright, stay cool, stay hydrated, and if you do move to Arizona, maybe invest in a really good AC.